Walk into the office and the desk is empty. One of your top performers has resigned, and they didn't even make it 18 months. The immediate reaction in most management circles is frustration. We assume they weren't committed, that they couldn't handle the pressure, or that a competitor simply offered a bigger paycheck. Organizations often respond by deploying retention bonuses or office perks. These initiatives fail because they attempt to fix a relationship that was misaligned from the first day. Most exits can be traced back to signals that were either ignored or never evaluated during recruitment. The seeds of attrition are planted early, through vague job scopes and surface-level assessments. When attrition rates remain high, it reveals a breakdown in the hiring process itself. To find the root cause, we have to rewind the timeline. We move past the burnout, back to the exact moment the recruitment process began. Modern hiring teams are under pressure to move fast. Performance metrics like time to fill dominate the department, making speed the primary measure of success. This pressure creates a habit of satisficing, choosing candidates who meet minimum requirements just to close the role. Long-term potential is sacrificed. Instead, recruiters use resume proxies, where prestigious degrees and familiar logos act as evaluation shortcuts. This transactional approach misses deep indicators: how candidates adapt to change, what motivates them beyond money, and finding meaning in daily work. Organizations that prioritize closure over alignment guarantee early resignations. A candidate strong on paper will struggle when reality doesn't match expectations. The interview room is where a candidate's expectations for the future are set. Every conversation here shapes their understanding of what the job will actually be. When managers oversell the role's autonomy, they create a gap between promise and reality that becomes a powerful reason to leave. This diagram visualizes the primary driver of turnover. A promised trajectory is smooth and upward, but daily reality is jagged and chaotic. This gap is compounded when interview panels hire for cultural similarity, building teams that think in identical ways. Cognitive similarity leads to groupthink and friction under pressure. Even high performers experience emotional burnout when they feel unable to contribute a different perspective. By optimizing for comfort and salesmanship rather than truth, the hiring system pre-programs its own attrition cycle. Reducing turnover requires treating hiring as a strategic function focused on durability. It means moving away from metrics that only reward the speed of a hire. The first step is role design. Before opening a role, the team must define exactly what success looks like in the first year and what specific decisions the new hire will own. Next, interviews must test for reality. Replace hypothetical questions with real-work scenarios, simulating actual problems the team faces and discussing the constraints openly. Radical transparency is also essential. Honest conversations about role limitations and clear salary ranges empower candidates to self-select out if the fit isn't right. Finally, the system needs feedback loops. This diagram shows how data from first-year exits and productivity metrics should flow back into role design and evaluation criteria to refine the hiring machine. Employees today are less willing to tolerate roles that don't match the reality of the work. They stay longer when they feel informed rather than sold to. When a company prioritizes depth and honesty from day one, attrition stops being a mystery. It becomes a measurable outcome that an organization can actually fix.